Good morning, everyone. This is for Tuesday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Yes, for all you Star Wars fans. Yeah, I'm back to the normal routine of doing it. Usually I have Zara do my stuff because I have time to allow her to do that. But with me have been in the hospital for 5 days last week. Yeah, went to the grocery store, passed out, went to the hospital. They didn't find anything. Came home, found the problem, went back to the hospital, and they said, yes, that's the problem. Doctors. That's why it's called practicing medicine. No, anyways, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for the medical professionals. So thank you, medical professionals, and those people who assisted when I passed out at the grocery store, Miller's. Thank you for doing what you was doing. I believe there was a nurse on staff who happened to be in the store who worked at Fisher Titus. Yeah, I didn't fall and bump my head. I knew it was coming. Something had felt wrong all day. And so when I got to that point and I knew that I was about to collapse, I squatted to get myself lower to the ground. And by the time I squatted, I don't remember much after that except for a bunch of people saying, "Are you all right? Are you all right? Are you all right?" So, yeah. No, I'm not all right. I mean, I'm not. I should not technically be here. Sudden blood loss was the unofficial diagnosis. Something about 5 to 7 units of blood. I don't know how many it's in the body, but I'm sure it's way up there because I know that's what they pumped me full of. I got bruises on top of bruises where they were pumping me full of blood. Wasn't expecting that. Problem? For all you people who think it's a vaccine, no. Here's what the problem was. Coumadin. That's right, I'd been on Coumadin for years. And although I was therapeutic, somewhere along the line, I blew a vein or a blood vessel or whatever, probably in my small intestine, which, you know, I've been complaining about my small intestine for a year. It finally blew. And so, to that particular doctor who basically told me to go home and die, I've died. Now will you fix me? No, I don't want you touching me at all. You gave me the attitude last year. I don't want you touching me at all. So, I will find a different surgeon to do what needs to be done, if anything can be done. But, in the meantime, I had let me do the procedure here. Upper GI, lower GI, and they never found the leak. So it must be in my small intestines, because that's the only place a camera can't get to. The only way to check that is exploratory surgery, but I've been trying to get done for the past year, along with my hernia repair and checking my bowels and stuff like that. While you're in there, do it all in one shot, right? Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I'm well, considering all the blood that they gave me. I did have a reaction to the last pint of blood I had. Yeah, kind of surprised, you know. Pump me, pump me, pump me, pump me, pump me. On the last one, it was like, yeah, we'll let you go home tomorrow if everything looks good. Oh no, you spiked 102-degree fever. We can't let you go home yet. Anyways. But yeah, they've checked it and everything, and blood results says everything's fine at the moment. You know, follow up with your family care doctor, and then go back and see the gynecologist. Wrong type of doctor. Gastroenterologist, so he could do another scope just to make sure that there's nothing wrong. So yeah, again, not the vaccine, Coumadin. So yeah, I mean, even those people who are on lifers on Coumadin, just be aware. Just be safe. You know, if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. And that was that particular case last Friday. I woke up not feeling quite right. Everything was a little off, you know. It wasn't off to the point that I felt that it was a danger or a threat or a problem to the world. I felt safe enough to go to work. I felt safe enough to drive. Hell, I think I had 4 service calls that day. But on the way home, I was asked to swing by the grocery store to get a gallon of milk and some cereal, and walked in, and you know something's wrong. I never forget my mask. As soon as I walked in, I was like, damn it, that should have been my first clue. So I stomped back outside, grabbed my mask, walked back in, and by the time I got to the cereal aisle, it was like, ugh, this ain't right. And I squatted there for a little bit. Not very long, probably 15, 20 seconds. Just enough to see, okay, stress. And grabbed the cereal, went around the corner, got over to the meat counter, and it was like, nope, this is not going to work. And I squatted because I knew it was coming, and out I went. So, yeah, I must have been leaking for hours, and, you know, it just finally caught up with me. By the time I got back to the hospital, like I said, Bellevue Hospital EMS came. Bellevue Hospital took me in and did all of the preliminary basic testing that you should do when someone passes out for no reason. You know, they're going to check for heart attack, stroke, aneurysm, stuff like that. I had CAT scans this way and stuff like that. The doctor came in and said, we have good news and bad news. Good news and bad news is the same problem. There's nothing wrong with you. It wouldn't be later in the day when I came home, used the bathroom, and seen all the blood in the toilet. It was like, now I know what it is. So I went right back out to Bellevue, and come on, we all take photos. I took photos. Same doctor was on staff. I showed photos. He goes, okay, that explains what's wrong with you then. So they did some other blood work and said, yeah, you're more than a few quarts low. And so they immediately started pumping me full of blood, and got me stabilized. And basically my care at that point, you know, they stabilized me, then my care became, you know, more than what the Bellevue Hospital can handle. I'm complex. I go there because that's where my family doctor is, you know, based out of. That's where all of my laboratory stuff is done is. If I can get them to do my basic surgeries, that's where I'll go because that's my hospital. But if they say, we can't handle it, we're going to ship you out, they're going to ship you out. Much to my surprise, I was life-flighted to the next biggest hospital, which was Firelands. Life-flighted from Bellevue to Sandusky because there was an 8-hour wait for an ambulance. You know, if you would just told me this, we could have signed some paperwork out, you could have discharged me out of there, and I could have had my wife rush me to Firelands. As long as they knew I was coming and I got priority entrance coming in through the emergency room, why would I do that? No. You know, a 6.5-minute helicopter ride. Really? Seriously? No. I think that was an extravagant expense. I understand why they did it. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if they would have discharged me to my wife's care to rush me to a bigger hospital or not. So I understand why they did it. I disagree with it. I think they could have just said, here, we need you to go here. Sign here. That's what they should have did. But they didn't. So, anyways, in the meantime of everything else that was going on, obviously, drop boxes, although in Sandusky and in Norwalk are active, they have been kind of stagnant. Really expecting more out of them so far, but it is what it is. It's one of those things that if it's not in your face, and of course I was in the hospital without a computer for 5 days, so I couldn't be in the face of people on Facebook to remind them that there's drop boxes in Norwalk, in Sandusky. You need your computer fix. Take it there, put it in a box, fill out the form, you know, when you get the form, or when you see the attendant, you'll fill out a tablet, telling me what the problem is, or in this case would have been my wife, telling my wife what the problem is. She would have went up there, picked it up, fixed it, took it back. So yeah, don't forget, there are drop boxes in Norwalk and in Sandusky, and I am looking for other locations. Other things I got going on as a part of this. The new and improved drop boxes are coming. Got the notification from Home Depot that they should be receiving them in the next couple of days. And so I can go pick them up and assemble the new and improved drop boxes. These will be prettier. They are not going to be plastic totes. The plastic totes will still be in service, but these ones will be wooden lockers. And so these ones will be designed for laptops and desktops, all-in-ones. I don't know where I'm going to deploy them yet, because I have to find out how to do the security to them. Not that they're not secure, it's just they're not very big. They're the two units are only 2 foot wide. So yeah, any He-Man or two can just tip it on its side and walk out the door with it. So I got to find a way of securing it in that particular fashion. Adding the GPS tracker to it, that's not a problem. Throwing in some cameras, piece of cake. But if I put it somewhere like Miller's or Family Dollar or whatever, I got to be able to hold it to the floor. Simply because, it's not just, He-Man coming in and taking it off of the box. It's kid climbing on it, and then that all sorts of legal stuff there. The other thing is we got going on is I've been doing that market survey, trying to get people to give me the list of ink that they need for their area, for our area. So for Clyde, I'm really pushing that, and I can't make people give me that information. However, that project is almost ready for deployment too. We'll run it through the store for a while, just to make sure it's going to work right, and then I will find a place to put this vending machine. And yes, it was a hole I saw. I mentioned that in a couple of videos ago. A hole I saw in the market, especially for our area, for areas like Bellevue, Monroeville. If you are in a bigger city where you've got a bigger store like Walmart, Staples, obviously this is not going to be a whole big benefit for you. However, for the smaller towns, I bought a vending machine, and the vending machine will be credit card based, and I'm going to put your ink in it. So if in the middle of the night you're typing up that letter for school or for work, or you need to print off that pretty picture of your girlfriend, and you run out of ink, as long as I know that you need that ink and I have it in the box, you can go get it. Ooh, forgot to turn that off. And there will be some other things in the vending machine too. HDMI cables, VGA cables, DVI cables. I am going to throw in some flash drives, possibly external drives, but it's going to be ink heavy. Can't do the toners because they won't fit in the machine, but the inks will. As you've probably known, I for years have neglected to do the ink simply because there's no money in it. There's still no money in it. However, there is a need for it. Sometimes you have to take a loss to fill the need of a people. So this one, like I said, we've got it almost finished here. Anyone wants to come down to the shop and take a look at it, you're going to look at it and you're going to say, what the heck? And then the light bulb's going to go off, and they're going to say, why has no one ever thought of this before? Everyone who I've pitched this idea to, it's like, here, take my money. In fact, this vending machine, I don't want to say was reasonable. but it was like 80% off. Once I pitched the idea, the person was like, here you go. I just get exclusive rights to every other one you need after that. So, yeah. And if I can do this right with the new lock boxes, mount them side by side, I think it's going to work out well. Then I just need to find places who are going to be willing to host the vending machine and the lock boxes, because they will need to be indoors. They will need to be powered. I'm not asking for the service for free. We'll negotiate on an appropriate price for putting my vending machine and my lock boxes in your business or your establishment. I can't put them outside because they're not weatherproof. So I could put them in entryways, breezeways, Speedway, Dollar General, Miller's, any place that it's convenient for people to get to. And it works, like I said, with the computer repair also, the drop box. Not only do you pick up your computer and pick it up, but, oh yeah, I got to do that ink. Boom, there you go. So, as we get a little bit closer to finalizing that project for the first one, like I say, we'll probably run it for about a 4 to 6 week project time in the store. Putting the inventory in, testing it, and so on and so forth. Anyone is welcome to come in and try it. Once I get it up and running, if you need ink, my God, leave the ink number in the comment section down below, or in the comment section of Facebook, because especially for the Clyde area, because I can only carry so much. I mean, right now the default configuration is 56 slots. I've got 30 of them dedicated to ink. If I need more, my God, this machine holds 216 slots. If I need to put more ink in it, I need to know. It's that simple. So, but yeah, stop in, take a look. Like I said, I want to get it functional before then I got to then go to the county and get paperwork and so on and so forth. It is not a food machine, so health department, don't get no bright ideas. You can come take a look. I'll let you. Just because it's refrigerated, there's no food in it, so I don't need a health certificate for that. But I do need to get a auditor's certificate. But I'll double check with that with the county auditors and see how that works. But like I said, I don't know if I need to get that right away or if I can wait till after I deploy it for that aspect. So that's been my life in the past couple of weeks. Like I said, I've been so busy with doing everything, and then all of a sudden I got sick. Did not expect that to happen. So far, I'm doing all right. Gotta go see doctors, gotta do follow-ups. I plan to live forever, as what I tell my kids. I know, they're like, Dad, no, yes. My job is to torture you for the rest of your life. I'm going to. So, that being said, again, ink cartridges. If you have an inkjet printer, that's the little ones, definitely send me your ink cartridge number so I can get the ink in, put it in my machine. It's going to be a convenience thing, not a price thing, unfortunately, because if you want the better price, I'm going to tell you go to Walmart. Spend the gas money. If you want it now, come here. That's just how it's going to be. That's how a lot of small businesses survive. And I'm not going to make it any different. Nope, absolutely not. The same is true with fixing your computer. You want to take it to Best Buy and pay $40, $50 to have them look at it? By all means. But even Best Buy sends them to me every once in a while. Had that happen a couple weeks ago. So it was like, there's your choice. So, yes, that's it. I will try and see you all next week on Tuesday, if all goes well. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later.